This is Calypso Live and we are still in Tropico 20th anniversary mode. "20 years of Tropico, that's quite a lot, and that's the reason we are still celebrating, and you cannot blame us for that. Today I have an interview partner, but before we come to that point, for the people that are not yet familiar with the Tropico series, here is our 20th anniversary trailer.
Tropicans, today we celebrate a majestic, regal, and grandiose moment of our proud history. Every citizen is on the streets, celebrating, not revolting. 20 years of Tropico. With 6 entries of grandeur in the series, we have come a long way. And not even foreign propaganda was able to snuff out our eternal flame. We have invited a high-profile politician from a friendly great nation for commentary.
Help! I'm being held here against my will!
In the symphony of Tropico's history, publisher Calypso has played an instrumental part. Yesterday's shacks have become today's mansions. The economy is flourishing. Export, science, and definitely no weapons of any kind. And freedom of speech is more or less guaranteed. Celebrate with us today. Grab the monumental Tropico 6 at a discount for your system and go on the llama piñata hunt and earn glorious prizes. No real llamas were hurt in making this video. And keep your eyes out for more anniversary-related news throughout the year. Tropico. In El Presidente we trust.
And now to my guest. I wish I could sit next to him, but due to that situation, it is not so easy. My guest is Fabian Nitzsche, game designer from the Realmforge Studios. And Fabian, my first question is, which installment of the Tropico series was your entry into that franchise? And which one is your personal favorite next to Tropico 6?
Which one did I start with? I think I started with 5. Yeah, it's 5. 5 was my first one, and call it nostalgia, but I think it still holds up to this day. And for me personally, it's my favorite of the series. It's not the best in gameplay-wise, but compared to 6, 6 just has so many more improvements on it, on the whole formula. But just what keeps me coming back to number 5 is the writing, the story, the writing, and the characters. I love me some Snarky Penultimo. He always makes me laugh.
Okay. Next question. How does it feel to be working on an IP as big and as popular as the Tropico series, especially with this passionate, dedicated community?
Well, it did feel quite overwhelming at first. With a brand such as Tropico, which is so well known and big, it's to be expected. We didn't want to ruin a good thing, so we are always very careful not to mess up what makes Tropico the fun experience that it is. But we also don't want to shy away from trying to push boundaries here and there and seeking new and interesting ideas for the franchise. We see where there are things to improve in the game, so we tackle them in ways that we think are good for the player base and for Tropico as a whole. But I have to say, at the end of the day, it's fun to come to work every day and getting to work on such a great franchise like this. And we all just want to make El Presidente very proud.
Yeah, and what makes Tropico so special? And what do you think? What is responsible for keeping the player still engaged with the series?
Well, it's quite different to other city builders and management sims. If you compare it to like Anno or City Skyline The main difference is just the charm and the humor and the whole politics that you can do in Tropico. I mean, you get to play as a dictator. I don't know many games that let you play good or bad, both in terms of how you treat your citizens. It's usually just be the best overlord that you can be, and I think that's one of the strongest points. That's why people come back to Tropico again and again. They come for the funny lines from Penultimo or the annoying factions, and they come for the chance to rule over a charming little tropical island, however they want to do it. If they want to be a ruthless dictator or a charming, benevolent overlord, and well, maybe some also just come for the llamas. Who knows?
Tropico takes players through different eras in time. My question is, what is your favorite era and why?
Personally, my favorite is the World War era. The colonial era before that is quite nice. It's nice and simple, but it's a little too simple for my tastes almost. And World Wars is where it really starts to get going properly. The whole gameplay loop of Tropico 6, and you get to do everything: the politics, the backroom dealings, and the faction stuff. It's just great, and I love the depiction of the allies and the Axis. It's just. I love when the Axis guy throws stuff at his poor assistant Wolfgang. It's just.
Okay, interesting. And what is your favorite and most memorable game moment in Tropico?
It's hard to choose just one. I mean, quite a lot. Yeah, the first time tsunami was just rolling at my city in Tropico 5, that was pretty memorable. I also loved hearing Lord Windham lose his marbles in the last mission of Tropico 6 in Battle Royale. That was a pretty crazy one. I loved that. What else? Well, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but the last mission in Caribbean Skies with the massive loudspeaker, that was pretty good, if I do say so myself.
Have you ever thought about taking Tropico to an all-new setting, far away from the fictitious Caribbean island?
Yeah, we definitely thought about it. I mean, I can't say anything specific right now, but just personal rambling. I'd love to see a Presidente in a medieval fantasy world. Maybe he starts ruling that, or maybe Tropico in space. I don't know. New Tropico on Mars or on the surface of the sun. Everything is possible with El Presidente at the helm. We just follow where he goes, you know.
Okay, now to the most difficult question. The Tropico IP is turning 20 this year, but do you know how old El Presidente is?
That's a good question, actually. I mean, if you look at it just rationally and scientifically, you have to go back to when he first meet him, which is like in colonial times in the 1800s. So, give or take 200 years. I mean, if that's the case, then he looks really good for a super centenarian. But I don't know about that. My personal headcanon is that he found the Fountain of Youth the first time he came to Tropico. Or maybe he just has a cloning facility in his basement. I mean, do we really know that the president that goes into the palace is the same one that comes out again? Only he and Penultimo knows.
And after all these years, do you think El Pres is getting tired of being a single?
I don't think he's single. I think he's married to the job of being Presidente. I mean, for him, Tropico is his one true love, and the people of Tropico are like his children that he watches over. And that's it. Yeah, he's not single.
I think we will celebrate this 20th anniversary a little bit longer, so the party isn't over yet. Do you have a little hint of what players can expect, maybe this year from Tropico?
Well, I don't want to be a party pooper, but I can't disclose information like that. Strict orders from El Presidente himself. I mean, I can say that we are working hard and partying harder to get more awesome stuff to Tropico. And as they say, the show must go on.
Do you have a favorite character in the Tropico series, and especially why?
Favorite character? Yeah. I mean, it has to be Penultimo. I mean, Presidente is pretty cool. He's a close second, but I just love Penultimo. He always gives me a chuckle in whichever game he comes in. Be it the Tropico 5 version, where he's more sarcastic and has a little bit more dry, witty humor. But I also love the slightly bumbling idiot and endearing cheerfulness of the Tropico 6 version of Penultimo.
Calling an archipelago his home, does El Pres ever go to vacation?
I don't think he ever has to go on vacation. I mean, he's already in the best vacation spot on the planet. But I always imagine him sitting in his lawn chair, managing Tropico with one hand and having a stiff drink and a good cigar in the other hand. Yeah, that's the life, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a great answer to sum this all up. Thanks, Fabian, for this interview and your time. And for you guys out there, if you want to get more information here on Tropico 20th anniversary, to check out our blog, you will find that link in the description below. And very important, don't forget to like and maybe subscribe. That would be awesome. I will take now a little nap here at the beach. Until next time, bye.